like that, right? Hello. So today the word of the week. The word of the week. I don't have this microphone there, so the word of the week is to nourish. Well, I have problems with my carpal tunnel. It's a lot of tension there sometimes. Since I want to make I guess it doesn't work well with cables. I cannot do certain jobs because of my hands, so I cannot use this keyboard as well until I recover my money and get my Macintosh keyboard. So hello, the word of the week is to nourish. Nourish, nourish. First week of the month is vibration. So I nourish myself a lot with books, and many times I have brought books and just eat lentils. I brought books that lately I'm not reading much. My brain is not working as I wish. But I passed through the library. Well, they leave books in the station of Cricklewood, donations, and I got these books. They're so amazing, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna film about it, because when I came to London, I came with an encyclopedia of science. I came with a family as a nanny governess. He was an engineer of a company in Spain, and she was part of the design of that same company. So I took care of her daughter, and they brought everything in boxes. They needed a nanny governess that speak English. So I was looking to move forward because many families were moving and prefer to have a nanny from Spain. So there you go. I came with an encyclopedia, a little suitcase just for working, because they don't want you to have many things. They just want you to be like a monk, just for them. And I just brought my Mac Pro and an encyclopedia that was maybe like that bigger, of science. Each tomo, however you call it in English, was for, I mean, this one is for children, but it has the plastic. And I went to the post office to send a post letter for Alice and Zane. And with the stamp of Charles already as a king. So he looks like a Caesar there. I mean, without the laurel, the crown. Oh, well, I guess something. We'll see what happens. That's how he likes it. So that's what it goes. Look really cool. It's really cool. So I thought, well, look at how you nourish yourself with here. It's what you got. So I thought, well, maybe this would be nice for my children. And at the same time, I didn't see it well. I just put them on all planet Earth. This one is open. No plastic. The living world. I guess that's biology, because this is for children, I guess. The human machine. That's so cool. Roleplay has everything to do with science, on every field is the meaning of relations, how all these elements relate and form or get to work or be using energy. This looks like from, I would say, the 90s or late 80s. Let's see. This one is open so well. The planet Earth. Put you here somewhere. Just to go. Oh gosh. Well, I hope Alice and Sane get more than a letter, because 1990, the year 1990. That was 30 years ago. So much has evolved in science and technology. Key book. There's some little kids introducing electricity. Well, I guess this is a basic. You always can get it. Space technology. Oh, there's my keyboard. The age of technology. That's my keyboard there. Just, well, it's good news. I have seen there Lesinski has good news for a deal. I don't know. Hopefully it's a peace deal. Communicating. Woo, woo, look at that. 30 years ago. 33. Machines at work. Tun, tun, tun. Aha, this was the one I saw and I took them all. Molecules and atoms. Little guys. And then this, I used to have a dictionary from Chinese just to English. No English to Chinese. To the Chinese calligraphy, because I love the master I had in India that was brought from China. Mira, who's from Japan, rest in peace. Well, he was a monk. He said I was a monk from China in a past life when he held me from behind, because I was doing it as if it was natural to me. I have kind of imagination from China as if I was there, but not one many. One was not of a monk. One was, in my imagination would say, just keep it there, it's not a big deal. So that's really good. And here it's just without the character. So I was like, well, at least I know what is the meaning, but it's not that I can draw the character, because that would be the only thing I would have the dictionary for. But I guess this is like understanding the words. Oh, that's for lovers. Oh, I didn't read that part. Oh, interesting. Maybe I need a Chinese lover. I'm gonna understand how they do it before doing it. Well, Quiet Revolution. That must be also from the 90s. This book, who knows? 80s? Wow. 83. Wow. Incredible. Woman in transition in rural Bangladesh. Those are interesting. But she's narrating all this story. Kamala of Ramjia. Pattern of residence. Very interesting. Changes in the woman. Sometimes people die and they leave all these books. The Silence of Girls. This one is from their 2018, and I was like, great, not so far away. So great Achilles, brilliant Achilles, shining Achilles, godlike Achilles. How the epithets pile up. Never call him any of those things. We call him the butcher. Well, he was bathed in the river Styx to become immortalized, so nothing could harm him. And that's why the tendons of Achilles are so weak, because they were not bathed. So that's why people always hide their weakness and have a shield of imperialistic perfection, so nobody can get you there. Yeah. Not anymore. I admire Jordan Peterson for saying he went to rehab from drug addiction, the drugs that are accepted by society through the pharmaceutical mafia. Because, psychologists share medication with psychiatrists. They have their connections. So anyways, if it helps, I should take some drugs, by the way. I don't want to give me the ones I want, so I don't need drugs, but I don't need balance to say I have this for this. I have my children. There is peace. We have a good environment. We know what's black and white. Now let's go to the multicolor. Right there into the future. Right here, we're in the future. Thank you for making peace. That's pocketbook for advertisement. I was thinking, because I went to the interview and I was talking about things that I do in internet, because I think that everyone should work by law. I said, well, I do some things on internet. I think I am bringing something to society. So, like, I'm doing a lot of nothingness, absolute silence for 3 days, doing nothing there, laying flat. But I'm gathering the space to get 2 neurons together, and that's already a lot. When it comes to difficult neurons that will never bend, they were like, never. I'm just very like, I don't exist. In the limbo and the abyss. The limbo or the abyss. It's kind of like, in all of it at the same time, 9 times at a time. I would love to give my character sticks for someone to play it. I will never say who it is, but I will need certain confidential agreements there. So, champion of the king. Champions of the king. What is Jesus? Sorry, guys. So, well, I'm like, whoa, that must be like a romantic discovery. Like, oh, Jesus! A crack of thunder in a cloudless sky, a brilliant flash. Saul the Slayer falls from his horse to the ground. His life changed forever. It's more like a novella. Jesus, like a romantic novella. Let's read here a little bit. Fascinating. Yeah, it's like a novella. I mean, there's no copyright for the Bible. You can go and write the Bible under your own perception, your own verse. This is my version of the Bible. That's how I interpret what happened there in those gaps. I mean, I think my vision is uneditable. There will be a lot of erotica around. The woman talking about Jesus like he's a gigolo. Divine gigolo from town. They all support him. Just to look at him talking like a madman. But those are my ideas, because I have some cards in my real life. Or like that. Oh, Priscilla is the name of the Bible. I didn't know. Oh, I don't know if this is based on the Bible, because here's Zeus. It must be Zeus and Hermes come down. Zeus must be the tall god-looking one, and Hermes, the one who talks a lot, because Hermes is a communicator. He must be his speaker, they said, pointing at Paul. I'm not crazy. I'm really reading this. All right, this is it's right here. Right here. Zeus, get the there, because the words are in the other side. So this is what it said. Is the one that talks a lot. He must be his speaker, the one who talks a lot. He said, pointing at Paul, "Get the priest from the temple of Zeus, quick! Bring a bull. We must have a sacrifice immediately." The people continued to cheer. It seemed only a few minutes until the priest from the local shrine, the village, had assembled a parade. It consisted on banners and bowls and people dancing and shouting and getting ready for sacrifice. "What are you doing?" "What are you doing?" Paul protested as he began to realize what was going on. "Stop this. No, don't sacrifice a bull to us, and don't worship us. We're not gods." "No, no," Barnabas added. "I'm not Zeus, nor is he Hermes." The people didn't understand. Elihu wished his friend Mark were there, having gotten separated from Paul and Barnabas. In the crowd, he glanced around frantically. It was Lystra. I mean, you have to read these stories like it's it's the Bible. It's like, how will I ever find her in the huge crowd among all the pandemonium? Suddenly, he noticed some men, more like biblical. I remember when I said to my best friend, role player is never your best friend, but there's a connection there that it's like no other. So this is the biblical verse. That was really cool. He incredible writer, role player, best writer with no money at all. Best writer this world has created. They went straight to the priest of Zeus and whispered to him again. Then the city elders champions of the king. Well, whatever. If you're interested, you can buy it. There are chapters. That was a chapter of Thaddeus. How many chapters are there? I have no idea. We'll have to look into the. I don't think anyone is interested in this Jerusalem Antonia fortress. Oh, this used to be from The Seventh Day Church. Seventh Day Adventist Church. Dear friend, we hope you enjoy your gift. We would love for you to visit us at St. Jude's Community Hall. That's in the West Side in London. We are there every Saturday. We love from all at Emmanuel SDA Church. Sally Pearson Dillon is wow. The Story of the Apostles. Dedication to my husband Bruce, who has been my long-term cheerleader and who convinced with Penny Wheeler to get me to my first writers' conference at the Review and Herald Publishing Association from the year to first published on the year 1993. So I guess this is each chapter there are just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then it's Jesus and Lucas. Lucas is here. So I guess the other one is Mary Magdalene. Well, Antonia, daughter of a Roman centurion staying at the Antonia fortress in Jerusalem. Eliu, son of Malchus, personal servant of the high priest, now helping take care of his father's tasks. Suleiman, servant of the treasurer of the Queen Mother of Ethiopia, returning home from Jerusalem. Thaddeus, the son of a former demoniac of Gadara, now part of a family of new believers, helping run his uncle's inn in Damascus, Syria. Portia, daughter of Antonia, lives in Caesarea. Jonathan, I guess it's John, son of Dolt, the leper Jesus healed, and Martha of Bethany. Oh, so I guess the father of John was a leper that Jesus healed. So John was young. Vesta, I guess is a high priestess. Vesta, young daughter of the jailer in the city of Philippi. Dion, son of an alcoholic father who sells the boy as a slave. A tent maker named Aquila then purchased him. Aquila. Lucas, a young silversmith's apprentice, until the boy has to choose between his job and family or being a believer like his friend Dion. Matthew, or Mateo, son of ship's captain who meets an unusual prisoner being transported to Rome under a military guard. And this book, which is Pollo con ciruelas in Spanish, from the year 1958, is all comic. Spain has produced the best comic strips ever with and illustrations. Yet, on 1958. Maybe this was printed before 58, but it's located on that year. 2004, printed in China. Tehran. Well, there is something to nourish oneself. Happy birthday to Saint and Alice. I'll put all these books together. Hopefully we can manage to put books in a shelf. It's a beautiful day, and wishing everyone a wonderful day with a lot of things to share, a lot of love, peace, abundance, this pain in the heart, this pressure. Stick it out, and we can do some magic maybe. Because I don't know if healing exists, but we could generate a spiritual retreat to meet and get together and get to learn about role play, how it works, and how science and technology has dissipate all this war away, so we can get to understand our differences. Why Ukraine has chosen freedom, why the Russians have chosen to fight for, why so many people have died. If we can find a narrative and a reason to bring together why these things happen and how can we influence each other for 3 years, 30 years, or 300 years, but there are no years in between. Those are the rules of the game. You have to bring rules to the game, otherwise. But the rules of role playing to virtual reality, we have practiced that, and that's what happens. They are rules that are like that. It drops, and you can prove it. It falls down the gravity, whatever, an apple, however you just get to click on it and prove to others that happened to you. An apple fall in my head, man. There is a gravity. So we can go to hell. I can show you the river Styx. We can go through different mythologies as well, create new ones, to the heavens, whatever, to the sides, to form of someone help me get this pain away. Not in a romantic way. I'm not flirting mode, because not in that setting. So, well, I don't need my heart to just to know that this war is over. We're gonna put all these weapons down eventually, find these 3 years, 30 and 300 to kind of help each other to monitor how we bring these nuclear weapons out. and forms of fighting each other and get that violence through another form of decomposing or destroying, because we have also this precise mechanism where we need to kind of like do and do to do, and so, but at the same time respecting our humanity and our nature in this world, so we can ship together to the unknown. I mean, some people like to have everything prepared to go into the unknown, but it's very costly, though. It's very costly. So, oh gosh, I mean, to nourish in the air could be beautiful. We can encourage each other in the air. Even our enemies, our worst enemy. I have never wished any harm to the murder of my father. I have a lot of witness. I've never wished him death or to fight him or find him. We can maintain our dignity, maintain our space, whatever it is, with food, without food, with whatever we can nourish ourselves that we find. It was very hurting sending the letter to my children, but I found a relief because actually I sent it a list. I will see how I'm going to eat. So for today, maybe for tomorrow. So it's okay. Live your life as if you're gonna die tomorrow, but not in the sense of killing people and destroying families, carrying people's pain or our past, which leads us to more traumas because they have reasons to reflect back what we lived. We have beautiful potential to learn already with what we have, what we are, to sustain our heritage, where we like to be, honor our past as well, in the sense of everything we experience that composes us. And is okay. So we can move just as we are. Maintaining is already a lot to maintain what we already have. So we are a part of this peace deal, and we all see our inner war coming to terms of having a pause to reflect. Why did I want to be the number one, numero uno? Why did I want to win? Not only me, but my ancestors. The Spanish collective is not asking you to return the Spanish land, because the Spanish also took this land that belonged to the Native American. So we gladly share it with you as with those who live there. All those who have Native American blood deserve also their own healing, to recover their mysticism that many don't even know. I lived in Canada nearly 3 years in these last 10 years, and I can say that the Native Americans I met, they don't know anything about their culture, but nothing. And it was very hurting as well to listen. But he kept his long hair, and I was good enough, beautiful, so sweet. I guess I still have some pictures online somewhere from these beautiful Canadians I met there. Only one, another was very cruel, but the rest tried to do their best. So that nourishes me to know that in the worst case scenario, there could be someone fostering your children when those were the people who didn't believe in you and they took your children. I could sue them and get so much money there because they didn't believe in me. They didn't believe in me. They give my children, I'm not going to talk about it, or add adjectives because we're all changing forms as well, and it's part of our divinity to find each other in this realm called life gladly from the distance so I can have my life in peace. I don't have anyone attacking me and taking from my children as well. So I hope my children are well when they're nourished and well fostered. I know these families always try the worst, so I don't see them or they don't get my letters. So there's a lot of cruel people that exist with nice faces. So nice. So nice. I'm not resented. They really do exist. Even when you have the formula to recycle and how to bring a panorama for each McDonald's to how can it work with government because of the recycling trucks, even though they belong to companies that work for government as well, and government should be engaged with this industry with laws. And I've been everywhere trying to put my rage in the right direction. So it's called divine rage, not in unconscious hatefulness. All right. So you try to play it on behalf of something that can be good. And if you have the potential to go to the darkest core because you have that understanding because traumas will never go away. You have that information, and it doesn't mean you are with that information all the time, but they're part of you. Wish no one, but it happens. I wish no one. There's no need to have this violence. I told my father, they're gonna kill you, or they're gonna steal from you, or both, if you live with these people, because they are socially resented. Now with the president that you have helped to put in power, they have more right to think that they own from those who have more, to kill them and steal with the low, the poor, that socialists, communists have to take from others. So the hand that gives you food and gives you light and a road and a village and is there with you, and he wanted to live there to take better care because of nature or whatever. So they kill him. So he said he would not call for envy. I said envy is one of the worst diseases that humanity has. And they killed him. So I have seen many deceptions because people do not listen to me. is called The Pathology of Alexandra of Troy. You know, but they don't listen to you. And you have to see the disgrace that's gonna happen. Sometimes they listen, so that's good. It is good for those who have eyes to see what nobody has ever seen, because I have not seen it either. It's about us making something from our own imagination and get to see beautiful buildings or new treaties where these lands are shared equally, and maybe is giving a path towards the next 3,000 years is a great push to sit down a strong structure, which is not yet modified, to say this is the mode going fast. All this is because I know how I can be and my mind is. We're not there yet. So, what is incredible is that I do have the notion. I know I'm being hacked, but nobody's telling me. Straightforward. Okay, here, Patricia, we found the path. Here's your royalty. The human machine. That's cool. I'm gonna keep here the world, the planet Earth, and this one's close. So for 𝙬𝙤𝙖𝙩, I think 𝙬𝙤𝙖𝙩 is more artistic, an artist, but I think both are. But Mantain is very technical, but he's pretty much like a lord, and at the same time serious. And then he has this thing like his father, which is very charming, like, with the women and girls already from little. Um, they change being with other people, of course. And I have changed as well. So I wish to clean my hands very soon because I came from the streets. I can feel all the information right here. To have to clean the cover of these books as well, and get back to gardening and nourishing this beautiful day of April. Love the design for the coronation. It makes me cry when I see the pattern of the flowers and the birds. I love those patterns as well. It will be wonderful to see the king's wishes with his queen, and that it comes true, that it is for everyone's flavor, this coronation. I think I'm just gonna close my eyes and take it spiritually. This month, to simply not see the propaganda or the news at all, and try to disconnect from everything. I wish I could celebrate, but all that which is visual and materialistic and all this theater that is being rehearsal, I'm just gonna take it to my psychic and spiritual level on my own, to simply pray I was looking for a job, so that's what matters to my life. I hope for the best in everyone in this world. Not equally, because we're all different. All right. That's why the multiverse should be called the multiverse, and the metaverse should be just for the real life. Because people must understand that in virtual reality, for the fantasy world, I don't want to call it metaphysical, because whatever symbolic, or yeah, you can go into a dream and you can have all this parallel world that is similar to this sensation and that to understand. This information can be understood and relatable and get freed out of its tension, so it's not a pattern anymore more that falls into that unconsciously. You just go there and play it and relax, do your own research, make your own designs. It will come out for you with others, interplay by its own. People will understand by their own. The moment that people start talking about it, this is about people being in action. Okay? So the less I say, the better. So it nourishes and multiplies. So that is the beauty of understanding our differences, our weakness. What the majority says, what's common sense, what is profit, where people want to invest their energy. I want to see my children. Sometimes I don't put the pictures. I love to take Debbie shopping. Be nice to organize this. I put in boxes. The books, because I don't want to read, so just relax. Very soon, all these plants are gonna move to the garden. So this is like garden house. It's nourishing to see the seeds grow up. It's a little bit annoying at the same time. Like it's invading my space here. The plants, kind of like it's not the living room or the place to study or my bed. It's all. It's nice that it's a huge attic, and I have 4 windows. I have enough space for everything. It's just that wow, like these plants keep growing, and I'm like, well, you better grow as you are, because of course, this bit of ground, and then if the root grows all the way down, they grow huge, and I'm like, wow, the roots grew to the side. I'm like, thank you for growing. But I have started gardening 4 or 5 years ago. I've seen the difference when you have the same plants in different pots, and how the sunflower goes huge in just one single pot, and the other just like that. And the other ones just grow like this because they have a little the roots is not deepening strong. It doesn't have that foundation. People don't want to go deep into the foundations to get bind that together. Yeah. That goes for the tech giants of the world and the main politics that can affect and help each continent to say in a cultural extent, because Africa has their own culture, and then the Arab, so there are mixture there. I don't know what Pakistan is doing there in the middle of China, but the Arab world got there too. Pakistan there has 60% of Muslim culture there, and it's in the middle of Russia and China. Like, okay, so is that really your culture, or since when? How long ago? Like, wow, okay. But it's weird because you don't know all these parts in the world. Uh, um, I like, I love the Arab world in ways the Arab people don't love the Arab world. Not because I want to be different or anything, but in my neighborhoods, they are against belly dancing. I'm like, well, okay. So they're very close minded, and the women think here to be holy and better. Like if they all the Muslim women are Holy Mary. And some children are here like, oh, they want their mother, shame of their mother, how they dress. They're like, the supermarket, they want to run away. They want to look at their mother in the bus as well. It's not just, it's just the way they are, because it looks like a rock. Because some rocks are beautiful. I used to use broken rocks in India when I was a teenager, and in the back of the big pants, they were raggy, and it was through the floor. And many people would say, "Oh, your pants are broken. They broke," and I will always say, I know," because people pay attention to that. Yeah, and in the ashram, everyone is like a snob, but nobody cares if someone has rocks in India. So yeah, I know. Why you care about me? Because was like you're judging me. You really care about my pants that broke, and I will wear them on and on. But they were huge pants, and they had these rags ragging in the back. They would just be extra large, so they would be it's, that already that raggy concept. um, I also had a pants later that I would cut circles, because we also had the broken pants when it was fashion, and we would I made fashion these bracelets. We would nourish each other in the boarding school here in England, Devon. So it became popular. We would all make these bracelets, knots with colors. The friendship bracelet. Yeah, I met this friend, and I would make it for free for everyone, and everyone started to make it for their friends. Yeah, because this color matches more for. Yeah, I also made Javi the blues and the reds, and the boys would also do for their friends. It was cool, and we put the extra string in the pocket, and there was a broken pants too in the knees. Um, in Chole, the town of Chole. How do you pronounce that? I will never pronounce that well because I was a little rebellious to speak English when I was a teenager here. Um, Perhaps when I pronounce that well, but it's quite difficult in Spanish. Chole, Devon. They will say, "Oh, the kids from that school." 'Cause every Saturday we will go out to the marketplace, right? Because we were our parents were in India, so we were like different. uh, was so much fun. It was cruel. That school was cruel. They had bullies. there's where I learned to play Dungeons and Dragons. I never play, but I would sit next to Harvey because I didn't speak well English. I could understand, but then the German boys, the English, and Javi, who was, well, he still is Spanish. He was called the English boy in Spain, and because he used to be blonde, have this. He looked British. Well, anyways, so well, I hope it's going all well and everyone finds a good deal in their own. I wish I don't have to fight to the gardening, or I don't have these crazy looks. Um, just gardening with what I have. Plenty of land to garden and plenty of space. Beautiful British weather here. And hopefully my roommates get to appreciate where they are and what for. So I have put a board for recycling. The Council of Brand sends every few months the flyer on how to recycle and all this. They don't fine people to pay if they don't recycle. They don't control. They don't have policing for recycling. They will make a great team if they put people with OCD or OCPD to check with the board if people are recycling or not. But really, with a different uniform, or with green patterns. If square is better, or like this shirt but green, and the white with fluorescent green, just to get a gig out of it, and to make inspections, the streets, neighborhoods, the recycling, and put them a fine if they're not recycling, and they have to pay. And then, well, if you don't pay, call me. If you don't, because some people could do these jobs better than anyone, really. Well, if you don't pay, you have these rooms you're renting. Then put cameras. Put cameras in the kitchen. Put cameras in the bins. It will be cheaper than having to pay £500 for not recycling. Every month they don't recycle. Yeah. And it's around £2,000 to £3,000 to a restaurant doesn't recycle. Then they can walk through companies and get to know everything. Look how much paper they use. Yeah, they're not recycle all this paper in the bingo here in Cricklewood. Go everywhere, not because they belong to this company. Oh, you have this publicity, but I don't see you recycling, and they can go anywhere, enter anywhere without warning by law. OCD and OCPD, because OCPD is different than OCD. It's similar, but it's defined for different. We don't have worse in tonic. We don't suffer with the outside. We don't suffer with ticks, or we don't suffer for outside. We can understand the harmony, the chaos of the outside world. We can deal with it. We don't suffer like the people that have OCD. People that have OCD, they seem to be worst. The OCPD is categorized by different traits that are syntonic. We have syntony with the outside world. We still get irritated. Like, don't put not there, things like that. But we can follow order very good once learn. The thing is, it's all depends. All depends. We're all kind of unique. So yeah, there are patterns in psychiatry, but still, we can just have a few traits. Doesn't mean that you are a person of OCPD. So yeah, this month's words to nurture yourself with this week. So for this month, I started rightfully not on the week of Monday, but the first 7 days of that month, just starting from the day one, and preparing for beautiful days to come. Here is doors instead of gates, doors. That's on July 3rd week. And that's interesting. Well, because I don't know why I put this like that together, but it's part of how you're making a story and a connotation that is kind of like the theme or is always there. Yeah. Just talk randomly about nurturing. What nurtures you? Well, it would be beautiful to be here with my mother and my daughter Debbie to see the coronation with them. Be happy to the greatest, or the miracle, if I see it with Alice and saying, "Oh, that I'm invited," because I guess didn't go. Sorry, Harry and Megan, you didn't make it, right? Well, then I go. Oh, I go with the guest. Sorry, Mom. You stole my money. I got this guest. I don't have ticket for you, but I will have it if I had the possibility. We're not in USA where you have a lot of possibilities. Well, with all the possibilities that Joe Biden has, he cannot make it to the coronation. He must have his Irish side revolting there, like, no, or American. No, I am the best. I'm the president of the United States of America. It's powerful just to say that, right? Oh, like he gets better. He's free where he wants. It's free world, but there are laws of gravity. We all fall down to the same laws equally. I can assure you that we're all going to die. The day we die, you like to remember that day. Eh? So, well. So we have nurture, beauty, curtains, and then theater for the last week, and then entering with kindness on May. Spirituality, silence, and temple. So it moves like from theater to temple because that's the scenario. Was the week of the outside, the scenario outside. Yeah, the outside is until the limitations of what you can see and more or less control. Some people say it could be a 15-minute city. I would say it's just some people have more angle. See, if you play some sports, you can trick with the way you see, pass the ball without them knowing. Yeah, but you can see it. Some people don't have that connection from the sides or notion from the back. Those are the senses there. So playing hard with the perception. So, well, let's see how our pathways are moving. Gosh, this is gonna end on the year 2013. Could pass this for anyone to do it, or do it till I die every 2 years. This the same. Why did I do this? Well, because I think for any person to do a mansion into a village, and talking with architectures, talking how is the culture of the village, how the design, the patterns, how respecting or the future, whatever design that people want to do, and you. So while people are working and saving money to buy their own land and to make their own mansion into a village that could be near a village, because they're just going to create spaces that are open to the village, but they have to pay for it if they want to have their own house or if they want to work and have credit to do their own thing. They have to, and I would have to learn about all these things, hopefully with ladies, married, not married. I don't care of their background, who they are, but biological ladies. And never thought of transvestites there. They can do other things if they want, but I don't want to talk about people's sexuality. So I think women could get out a little bit. Men too, but I don't think men would be interested in that. I don't think men have much humanity. Care. They could invest more in role play and virtual reality because they think they could conquer the whole world. I think they have much to learn with it because their ego is too stuck in character. Women need to learn other things in role play as well because women have these tendencies of forgetting themselves just to provide and nourish the family, just to be beautiful and to please others. So there is not a spiritual, unlimited peacefulness that's transcendental from highest unknowns to the dying and rebirthing state that will tell you in every constant and everything you do you're on the right path, even when everything is against you. And you are even against everyone until you start to team up just to get through whatever. Politicians, just joking. A little joke. Uh, don't think politicians should talk bad about each other to have a place. What they like to do. Typical middle range. Okay, so, well, enjoy everyone here from Cricklewood. Saying goodbye. Cricklewood, London, in a place where it's nice. The British people saying good morning. You can tell they are because they look at me with these colors and these are Oxford shoes, but totally like not Oxford shoes. they have this pattern that is kind of like for the Oxford shoes. These are from the shoes tomes where you can recycle them. Supposedly, I think they lost a lot of money. They're supposed to have like a very it's not leather, but it's gosh, they're so dirty. They're so comfortable as well. Incredibly comfortable. It's kind of like a blue jean, but it's a thicker material. Thicker. Incredible. So depends how dressed I would say good morning or not. I look spooky, not presentable to say good morning to two words. I try to say good morning to other cultures as well, but sometimes they give you a hostile look, and then you look back and you're like, peace, like it's okay. Because you're just a crazy woman there wishing a good morning. Other cultures. I mean, but if you are from peace, I think is that Jamaican. But that's from man to man. Some of them. Well, anyways, whatever. Eventually, hopefully, with good humor, we'll get over this and get a little bit more. I was in my bed. It was not the word universal. It was another word. Ambient. No, it was not. There is a magic in that spell for that word. Because universal is too long. All right. What nourishes? What nourishes? It's one of the most beautiful feeling. Devapath therapist from Germany who gave away his career as a doctor in order to prevent sickness with meditation and therapy. He said therapist is a way so people enter into meditation. Hardcore meditation, not stretching fake Buddhism, because that's a ruin to the world. All that fakery serves nothing. So yeah, you can go stretch in the gym and think you're doing yoga and just keep smiling. The future cannot hold that. Once it is detected, there is a problem. We will never allow that again. If you really want the world as much as I do. In Spanish, to want means to love. Yeah, so we don't say I love you, we say I want you. We're a little more practical. It's like, yeah, like I love you. Give me a break. I want you. I want you. We don't say I love you. It's like, what are you talking about? Look eye to eye. What is this that you call that staring? Oh, staring. Oh, now most of the cultures in this world, mister, look straight in the eyes all the time. Staring doesn't exist. Spanish, South American. Well, the higher class are a little more, this modesty thing. Of course, I understand these forms of uh, keeping your eyes to yourself. So if you want the world, if you love the world, you would do certain sacrifices because that's what you love to have. So that's the answer that will cover everything. We should always think like that, no matter what character we are going to study. My love to my children and the man out there who've been fighting, the ones who survived, the one who's passed away. I wish I could be there for everyone who's died. I've been here dying with every soul. Just being a witness. All this shall pass. So goodbye. Cut and out. Nourish, nourish.